Okay guys, so most of you know that in the past 2 months I haven't really been playing Rainbow Six Siege, and I haven't been making Rainbow Six Siege related content. I've been focusing on other games. But, since Siege is so near and dear to my heart, you know that I had to come in and play the new Halloween event. And the Rainbow Six Siege Halloween events are the most special of events, and are typically held to a much higher standard. And sadly, I don't think that Sugar Fright has met that standard. Do I think that this Sugar Fright game mode is bad? Not at all, but I still find myself disappointed with it. Okay, so I don't want this entire video to me talking about what this game mode is doing wrong or why I'm disappointed in it, so I'm going to start off with what I really like about this game mode. And the most obvious thing that is great about Sugar Fright is that it is kill confirmed in Rainbow Six Siege. This is something that everyone has wished for at one time or another, and to see it come in the form of a limited time event is great. This is something that I've always wanted because sometimes Siege can just be too sweaty, and I want to play casually, and that's why I've stopped playing Siege in the past few months, and that's why I stopped making Siege content. I was tired of constantly trying to play competitively, and I just wanted to relax and have fun. But regardless of what playlist you play or rank you're at, you're going to have sweaty Andes and toxic teammates in Siege that just try to ruin the experience. However, when you have a kill confirmed mode, it makes Siege a lot more casual, and hopefully this will lead to there being a permanent team deathmatch mode in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I wouldn't get too excited about that because this is Ubisoft and I don't really expect them to add anything like this, simply because from the start they have always been focused on making this a quote-unquote tactical FPS, and a casual team deathmatch may not be something that they would want to incorporate. However, I think it would get a lot of people interested in Siege and could possibly increase the lifespan if a permanent team deathmatch mode was implemented into the game. But the developers have stated previously that they like to use these events as a way to test out features that they may possibly want to add into the game at some point. For example, we remember the bulletproof glass walls that were on the Road to SI event. Those were put in place because the devs were curious about how something like that would play out, and they wanted to see if that was something that they would be interested in adding into the ranked playlist. And so I would bet that this kill confirmed game mode is just a way for them to test it out and see the response of the community. So this game mode definitely shows us that the devs are interested in this, but I wouldn't be too sure if this is something that they really want to add. And another thing I really like about this game mode is the map, and I love that Ubisoft created an entire new map for this event, and while personally I don't think the map itself is that great, it's something different, and I can respect that, and I can respect the hard work that went into making it. I personally don't like the layout of the map, but what I do like is it has tons of long engagements, and that is very refreshing because in Siege, the only time you have long engagements was if you're spawn peeking. So while I don't really like the layout of the map, I love that it's new and gives us a completely different gameplay experience that doesn't just rely on close quarters combat. And probably the last redeeming thing I can say about this game mode is that we have the R4C with a 2.0 times scope. That's probably about it. So overall, Ubisoft did do some pretty cool things with this game mode. However, I feel like there are more negatives when you consider that this is a Halloween event and that it doesn't even come close to living up to last year's Doctor's Curse, or even the one before that. So, first of all, this event does not feel like Halloween at all. The only thing they have on this map related to Halloween is that there are a few jack-o'-lanterns lying around, and you get to pick up candy. That's it. That is literally it that makes it a Halloween event. There's nothing spooky or frightening. It's not even dark. It's all bright and colorful. And this event honestly feels like it was supposed to be a Christmas event, but at the last minute they changed it to Halloween by adding a few jack-o'-lanterns. Like, if I was to get 100 people and have them play this event and don't tell them the name of the event or what month they're playing it in, I think that at least 70 to 80% of those people would say that without a doubt this was a Christmas event. There are cakes and candies and gingerbread men, bright colors everywhere, but since they put a few jack-o'-lanterns around on the map, that is what makes it a Halloween event apparently. But other than the theme of the map, let's talk about the game mode and how it actually plays out. And hopefully they change this, but in my opinion, I think 10 minutes is too long to play kill confirm in Rainbow Six Siege. If there is someone on the other team who is just sweaty and has nutty aim, you're going to have a terrible time. It will be a difficult time for you to even leave spawn. And to me, that's okay when you consider the nature of the team deathmatch style game mode, but making the game mode 10 minutes long can just make it an awful experience for a lot of players. And that's what happened. There'd be a lot of people who would start to leave in the middle of the match because the other team was just absolutely obliterating you, and there'd be 6 minutes left, and you wouldn't want to stay for the rest of those 6 minutes if you're not having fun. And apparently this was the case for a large number of players. So much so that just hours after releasing the game mode, Ubisoft had to institute a 30-minute ban for people who left the game mode. And I completely understand why they did this, because playing this game mode in a 3v5 is not fun at all. It's really, really hard to play. However, this problem could have easily been solved by simply making this game mode 6 minutes rather than 10, or the score count to be first to 30. And this is something that I can't really be too harsh on Ubisoft for, considering that they've never made a team deathmatch style game mode in Rainbow Six Siege. But the length of the matches does not help its case, and I think most players would agree that 10 minutes is too long for a game mode like this, especially when you consider the speed of player movement. You could maybe look at a game like Call of Duty, which could easily get away with having a 10-minute long confirmed kill round, because in Call of Duty the movement is just completely different. In COD you can jump, you can slide, and you can sprint really quickly. And then you have Siege, where players move extremely slowly and the movement feels clunky, especially when compared to Call of Duty. And so that does not help, especially when you consider that you only get points for confirming the kill. And so you'll notice whenever you play this game, at one point you can see 5 different cakes on the map, but you can't go get them because you'd be too exposed, and it wouldn't be worth risking considering how slowly you move and how easy it is for you to die in this game. But so far, all these things that I see as negatives about this event are forgivable, and they're understandable. I can understand why the map isn't super scary and why they went with this theme, because it's different. And maybe they thought that the game mode being kill confirmed would make up for that, and in my opinion, it kind of does. It's understandable as to why the game mode is 10 minutes long, because Siege has never really done a team deathmatch or kill confirmed style game mode before. So I can forgive them on all of that. However, when it comes to the cosmetics of this game, Ubisoft was very lazy. I think many people would argue that, in fact, the cosmetic items in these events, and especially the Halloween events, are just as, if not more important than the game mode itself. Typically what happens with a seasonal event is most players play it for the first few days, and then they're done. They go back to playing ranked, never touching it again. And I think that most people are more excited for the cosmetics than the game mode because of that. You can only play the game mode for 2 weeks at most, but you can get an amazing cosmetic item that you can have forever. But the cosmetic items in this event are just so bad. And so just to remind you, here are some skins and headgear from the 2018 event. Here is some headgear and skins from the 2019 event. And here are the skins and headgear for this year's event. Like, this may just be me, but there's nothing special about these skins and headgear. What was so great about the headgear and skins from the other seasons was that each skin or headgear was completely different. You had Capcan, who looked like the Grim Reaper. You had Fleshlight Face Smoke. You had Rattle Me Bones Jaeger. You had Demonic Nun Valkyrie. Each one was completely different. And for this year, it's the same theme for each operator. Each operator is a puppet. And this puppet thing would work if it was just one operator who had it. And out of all the skins and headgear, like, the only one that sticks out to me as being cool or different would be Ella's, because her hair looks like green spaghetti. Other than that, the whole lot of cosmetic items are just bland and lazy. And I could go on talking about the weapon skins, but I'll just show you a picture of what the weapon skin looks like in case you haven't seen it or can't recall what it looks like. But as you can see, it's pretty disappointing. So overall, is this Sugar Fright event bad? I don't think so. It's solid and I'm having a lot of fun playing it. It's not the best, but I'm having more fun with this one than some other events that we've had. However, this event is terrible for a Halloween event. It does not live up to the standards of the previous Halloween events. And as I stated earlier, this looks like a reskinned version of what would have been a Christmas event. And maybe the cosmetics were lazy and terrible because they spent most of their resources trying to build and design a new map from scratch, which would be understandable. I don't know, but overall, I just expected more from Ubisoft considering that the Halloween events are the ones that everyone looks forward to the most. And I was hoping that they could make this year's event just as good as the previous event. However, sadly, they did not live up to that standard. But hopefully this event does lead Ubisoft to implement a team deathmatch type casual playlist. It would be an amazing way to warm up and to work on mechanical skills and to even get new people interested in this game, and it would definitely extend the lifespan of Rainbow Six Siege. Siege will always be a game focused on the 5v5 bomb defusal, but implementing a permanent team deathmatch mode similar to this event would make this game so much more fun and more popular, and it would bring a lot of players back who maybe quit playing Siege because it was just too competitive and too sweaty for them. Anyways, that's about it for today. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, and if you enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more content. I am the Senator, and as always, have a good one.